Hello, and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming. This Agatha Christie's the ABC murder video shows you how to complete the first chapter called Andover, and you can't get all the achievements or trophies in one playthrough. I've already done one complete playthrough, which got the majority of the achievements or trophy, and this is the bad playthrough, where we'll be making all the major mistakes. If you just want to see where the first and only bad choice you can do in the chapter, I've put a timestamp in the description below. First, head over to Detective Jack, and you will go over your first observation, and these sequences are easy, you just have to hover over the clues you need. In this one, you need to hover over the hat, smile, and body.
Is Jap being too relaxed? Let us find the clues that prove it. Jap is in a good mood. I bet he thinks he's already caught the culprit.
Go to the fruit and veg shop to the right and observe the stall, and then go to the butcher's shop to the left and observe the note by the door to enter an observation. Hover over the shop sign, the rent sign, and the rubbish cans by the door.
This fruit and vegetable shop has a front row seat, therefore an employee might have noticed something. Dash! A puddle! How clumsy. This place is run down. This is a really cutthroat neighborhood. Anyone could have committed the crime.
Enter the shop that the murder took place in. Observe the area to the right and hover over the floor, the newspapers, and the shelves.
Dash! A puddle! How clumsy. The place is unusually tidy for a crime scene. Nothing suggests any sign of a fight.
Observe the counter, and some clues you will have to turn them around to successfully check off that clue. Observe the bag and turn it so you can see the top and see the strawberries. Turn the book around so you can see the pages, then look at the fingerprints on the counter.
No, it's just some strawberries that are losing their juice. They probably come from the fruit and vegetable shop opposite. It's not just any railway guide, it's an ABC. It's open at the letter A. There are no prints on the book. The counter is covered with fingerprints all on top of one another. Unfortunately, it will not be possible to use them.
Interact with the cigarettes behind the counter and then observe the body and investigate the cigarettes by her hand, the blood by her head, her actual head, her body. Got interrupted by Hastings, not sure if it always happens or if it's a timed cutscene. If it happens, don't forget to go back and get the fifth clue, which is the floor at the top right of the scene.
Did she drop it when she fell? This poor woman's head is resting in a very even-shaped pool of blood. She just has one wound on the back of the head. There are no other wounds or signs of a struggle. The body is hidden by the counter and is not visible from the tobacco shop store. Many customers must have thought that Mrs. Asher had popped out. I can't see any other mark on the floor.
Go to the till at the counter and you will enter your first puzzle. You will notice the number 8 at the front of the till. Go to the side of the till. You will notice the number 5 and press the switch on the side. Then go to the front of the till and press open to open the drawer and you will see the final number you need, which is number 2. And then you got all 3 numbers needed and press them on the till, which is 8, 5, 2, and the compartment will open and you will get the key needed.
The till is full of money, but there is something strange. Something is hidden underneath. Something is hidden underneath. This must be the key to the back of the shop.
Enter the door on the left by manually selecting the key. Use your D-pad to select the key and hover the key to the door to unlock it. Go to the bed in the right corner, investigate the photo frame and turn it around to see the photo, the blood on the tissue, on the desk, and the bloody pillow.
An inscription in German. Souvenir of our honeymoon in the Black Forest. To my Alice forever, Franz Asher. The Ashers were a lovely couple when they were young. Did Alice Asher suffer from nosebleeds? Blood.
Go to the opposite corner and you will find a mirror. There is an achievement or trophy for interacting with every mirror in the game. Then go to the cabinet on the right of the mirror and hover over the dishes, the tap, and the stove.
This interior is very simple. Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
Head over to the chest on the right and line up the lines so you can move the rows to the centre.
Such a pretty decoration should be at the center of the motif to respect the symmetry. The wooden flower is preventing the circle from turning. I heard a faint sound as if something was unlocked.
Then you have to match the birds that are on top to the ones on the side. The top left bird has to be upside down, the top right bird slightly to the right, and the bottom left is diagonally with the bird's head at the bottom left. Open the cabinet and interact with the medicine bottle and turn it so you can see the label, and interact with the letter and turn it around so you can read it.
Medicine. Laudanum-based cough medicine, Mrs. Asher, Andover Morley Laboratory, London. It's strange to find such an elaborate medicine from a leading London laboratory in the home of such a modest woman. From Mr. Adam Flint, Royal Bank, Eastfield Road, Andover, to Mrs. Alice Asher.
Go to the box that's on the table in the middle of the room, turn it around so you can access the bottom, and move the slides counterclockwise to find the first button.
What a strange box. It looks like you have to slide the slats of wood to open it. This button appears to activate a mechanism.
Go to the other long side and move the bottom slide to find the second button. Turn it to the left and slide the middle for the third button, then go back to the long side and slide the top slide for the last button.
That should do it.
Slide the top off and interact with the photograph and turn it around to see the writing.
Who is this young woman? To my dear Aunt Alice, married drawer.
When you solve enough clues, you will always automatically go to the little grey cells mode, where you correctly answer some questions. The first one, pick no objects of value for sale in this shop, and the till is untouched and is full of money. Exit the shop and go to the fruit and veg shop on the right, interact with the vinegar and do an observation of the lady that is now there, and hover over the cigarette that she's smoking and the ashtray and the packet of cigarettes.
A bottle of poor quality vinegar. The smell could awaken the dead. This woman appears to be a smoker. She's a big smoker. She must have been a customer at the tobacco shop.
Then talk to her, and this will be your first interrogation. Pick the following options: ask for the price of lettuces, accuse her of lying, then accuse her of making fun of you, say that she went to the tobacco shop, accuse her of murder, and then ask her if she was alarmed.
That's right. Maybe so slightly hard of hearing.
I heard you shouting a lovely large lettuce 4 pence only earlier.
Did I? Well, I must have been mistaken. Begging your pardon. But if I said 4, it's 4. Why not take 2 for 8?
No, thank you. I was only asking. Did you know Alice Asher well?
And for starters, who are you?
I'm Hercule Poirot, the detective.
You're foreign, that's for sure, with your accent and your odd way about you. And you're here about Alice's murder, I suppose. Well, I've nothing to say to you.
Did you speak to the victim yesterday?
No, I never saw her.
I do not quite understand. You work next door to each other, but you do not see each other?
It's true. I didn't see her all day.
I know that you went to the tobacco shop yesterday.
Well,
So you killed Mrs. Asher with a blow to the head.
no!
You asked for a packet of plays. She turned around to take it from the shelf and you hit her. One blow.
Listen, I didn't kill Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop yesterday.
At what time?
6 o'clock. She left me a note saying she wanted some strawberries if I got some. I received them late, about 6. So I took them over to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter and left.
You were not alarmed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
Who do you think killed her?
France! Her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's a foreigner. Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
Pick a pool of blood by her head and no other marks on the floor.
Mrs. Asher was killed here. The absence of marks in the shop and the regular shape of the blood stains indicated beyond a doubt.
Head back to the murder scene and go to the room at the back of the shop and observe the niece and hover over her eyes, the handkerchief and her black clothes at the bottom.
Jap had the body removed out of respect for the victim's niece. His attention is commendable. Is her grief sincere? She appears to be very upset. She's dressed in mourning. She looks fragile.
Talk to her and pick the following dialogue options. Demand that she stops crying, deduce that the inheritance is for her, and accuse her of lying. This is the only major change you have to do in this chapter for the bad choices. The rest of the chapter is the same.
If you are her only relative, you will be the only one who inherits.
Sir, my aunt was poor. And in any case, I'm not interested in any legacy.
Yes, that is what everyone says.
Head back to the shop. Check out the 2 items that Franz knocked over when he come in. Interact with the book and turn it around until he reads it. And interact with the stockings.
It's Alice Asher's notebook. Ah, that's interesting. It probably contains information about her possible debtors and creditors. Bodley, the fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information. Mary Drower was telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband. A box of new stockings.
Exit the shop and talk to the fruit and veg lady again and accuse her of lying, and then pick up the bottle of vinegar.
According to the victim's account book, you owed her £10 for tobacco and magazines.
That's a lie. She owed me £1. I swear.
Enough lies!
It's not lies. But you're not quite as clever as what you think.
Now, please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account.
I'll just borrow your bottle a moment.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband. But try not to empty the bottle.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Pick, the body was found at 11 a.m. and Mrs. Archers was seen alive at 5:30. Pick, the fruit seller did not see anybody in the shop at 6 p.m. and, because of the counter, the body is not visible from the tobacco shop's door. Return to the crime scene. Use the vinegar to wake up Franz, then enter observation mode and hover over his lip, black eye, and his torn sleeve on his left arm.
He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to sober him up. This man is in rather a bad state. This man has been fighting and he smells of alcohol.
Talk to Franz and pick the following options. Accuse him of having threatened his wife. Accuse him of ill-treating his wife. And make fun of him being beaten up.
We didn't get on all that badly.
So, if things were going so well with your wife, why did you not live with her?
She was the one that left. Nothing to do with me, sir.
You can't have treated her very well for her to run away.
No, sir, no. I wouldn't say I'd ever laid a finger on her, but it was only normal. She was my wife.
Are you often involved in fights?
I don't know what you mean.
The truth is that someone gave you a good beating.
A beating? No way. All right, he tore my coat and gave me a black eye. You see the state of him.
Very interesting. Who is the other that you struck?
Probably best if I tell you everything. Yesterday afternoon, I met Roderick Tanner. We'd bet on a dog fight together.
An illegal bet, naturally.
Yes, sir. Our dog won. Roderick got the money, but he refused to give me my share.
And you fought about it. What time was this?
In the evening, about 6, I think. We were on the other side of town. You see, I couldn't have killed my wife.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Pick a cigarette packet near the victim's hand, packets in a muddle on the shelf, and she had just one wound in the back of her head.
The murderer probably pretended to be a customer. He hit the shopkeeper from behind as she turned around to serve him. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Pick, there is no fingerprints on the guide, letter signed ABC announcing the Andover murder, and no railway guide for sale in the tobacco shop.
The killer...
At the end of the chapter, and when you gather and do everything you can enter reconstruction mode and choose what the killer did. Pick all the top options: advance, ask for, and turn around.
The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her. He then places the ABC upside down before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, where there are more story-based choice and consequences games with walkthroughs plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases to retro games. Thanks for watching.